What y'all doing? How's your day going? I thought we might start off today's show by reminding everyone that war is a global economic phenomenon. Yes, I'll say that again. War is a global economic phenomenon, and the people that report or tell about it are more of the problem than if there was a war happening. To what degree, we don't know. It's the people that are, it's like selling a fight. You want to go watch a boxing match? Do you know how many boxing matches are completely rigged? Do you know how many the outcome was already, this is what's happening? Do you know about how many? And then the press conference beforehand, and they're like, I'm mad at you, we're going to beat you up before the fight, I hate you so much. And you're like, they're just selling and promoting something. Propagating, propagandists. But the war itself, the fight, is the economic phenomenon that occurs. It's a business. I don't know how people don't get this. You got to tell people this 1,000 times. Why can't people get this simple idea through their noggins, into their brain? It's all a business. You know, the wars are businesses, pharmaceuticals are businesses, and if you think it otherwise, I would suggest reevaluating how you, I don't know, maybe you can't reevaluate how your brain works, but perhaps why you think what you think. It's just such a simple thing to me that people forget, and they get so caught up in the trappings of the storytellers that they forget that they have no idea the amount of truth to that story. I was just watching the show called Altered Carbon, and there's a point in it, not giving anything away, you should see, it's a great show, I highly suggest it. There's a point where there's the good guys, the bad guys, and then there's the somewhat good bad guys, and there's the government people and the warmongers. And the warmonger guy comes to the point where he realizes that the government played him and the other side by staging a false war that wasn't occurring to control the population. Not anybody notice that? There's a stage an event and they controlled it, and it's a really, really great show. If you've never seen it, I highly suggest it. Fantastic show. How's everybody doing? Who's here? Who's up in here? I cannot see. What up, Yadaku? What up, Colin? Yeah, sure. I was curing my own boredom. Luckily, when I get all coffeeed up, you know what I'm saying? Once I get coffeeed up, things get exciting. Well, at least in my brain, it just starts working way too fast. I don't know if it results in curing my boredom, but hopefully it works for you. I wanted to sit underneath one of my favorite trees, but for some reason, everyone's out today, and the park is filled with people underneath the cool trees. Not that all of these trees aren't cool, but some of them are too close to the road, and we'll get that noise. And some of them are too close to, I don't know. So I'm sitting by one of my favorite things in the world is a fountain, and also that is my favorite movie ever, The Fountain. But this one, for whatever reason, is not on. I don't know why they haven't fixed this and turned this guy on. Well, it's a chick, but the fountain itself, I guess, would be. What's up, Carson? Hey, Suntoke, feeling pretty good today. Suntoke. Well, apparently, according to this one guy who just he's like a food scientist guy who he just says the first thing that they teach him in like 101 food nutrition, which isn't even close to a real nutrition class. And so he believes that cal is almost 100% poison. I don't see the goal in cal. It came out of nowhere along with the vegan movement. I might agree with him on that. I don't see the use in it. I like fried cal chips with flavors on it, but I never understood the stuff. But now he goes to the point where because tomatoes are from the nightshade family, they're no good for you. I'm like, all right, dude, you need to shut your face now. You need to stop talking because you're talking out your anus hole. It's completely avoiding food signatures and the fact that the four chambers in a tomato mimic the heart, and it's heart food. It's everything to do with a Venusian construct, the heart, and But you come out, you learn something, you get your 101 in food sciences, and you think you know something. People are jackasses, man. I swear. Well, once they know something, they're gonna go and say it. Even though they get what's the thing where giving somebody just enough information to cause a problem because they don't have the whole thing. They don't know the whole thing, and you're like, hey, you're going off half cocked here. You cock. Yeah, half cockamamie cock boy. Yeah, Super Jam. Yeah, one of my favorite things is the same as Tom Robbins. Mayonnaise, tomato, heirloom tomato, on white bread with a little bit of salt, perhaps a little pepper. Best thing in the world. Now, is white bread healthy? Probably not. Is mayonnaise from the store healthy? Probably not, but if you make your own, it might be pretty good for you. But heirloom tomatoes? Come on, it's a seed, it grows. What's the problem here? Eat it. It's good for you. Yeah, I mean, the cherry ones, cherry tomatoes, great snack. I don't see what the problem is. They're evil. They're the nightshade. It's poisonous. If you broke apart all the constituents of a piece of celery, you'd be into the 12,000 plus micronutrients. You can go look them up. And some of those are not going to be, they're going to be poisonous to the body. And some of them will be very healthy. But there's a weird, crazy thing, just like there's an acid and alkaline balance to everything. These things that are going into the body have a habit of causing healing to happen, usually with foods, herbs, these types of things. Fruits, veggies, herbs, some meats, some organ meats, etc., etc. These things can be very healthy. But granted, there are aspects that are poisonous. So what? Okay, walk down the street. The gas that's coming out the tailpipe of that car, poisonous, right? But the fact that you're inside and you can clean it and you're getting somewhere quick so you can accomplish a task that's good for the earth, isn't that a good trade-off? Or are we gonna just go, no, it's all poisonous, you gotta ride your bike? And then I'm asking somebody, okay, what's your bike made out of? Tell me about every part on there in the factory that made the steel, the tools, the die cast, and everything that goes into make, and now all of a sudden your bike is going to be poisonous. And then before you know it, then your shoes are poisonous. I've told you that plenty of times. You're going to walk around barefooted? I mean, you don't escape this world without being, there's poison everywhere. It's about transmuting it. Well, there is a bunch of chemicals in kale that's poison, but the point is as with most leafy greens, it cleans you out because that's the point of it. It's not to be nutritious. Kale is not a nutritious substance, just like other leafy greens. It's literally to clean you out because of the things in it. But that's the service is doing. That's the job. That's not offering you some like extra healthy amount of energy, but it cleans you out. So it's causing a service. I mean, there's no doubt there's many toxic substances in just about anything. Yeah, the vitamins and all that. Well, I don't know. He goes into some of in food chemistry. There's poisonous shit in there, but no, it's nutritious in the sense that nut comes from its growing. It's how did it grow there? But again, leafy greens, they're leafy greens and herbs tend more towards medicinal and cleansative things in the body, not building. The things that build the body usually come from more substantial food items with different colors. But the green tends towards, the foliage that after you eat green stuff, you take a shit. Why? Because all of the fiber? Yeah, some of it is the fiber, but a lot of it is the chemicals in it. And it could be sprayed with chemicals, but tends to be that way. Tim and Eric did All the Food is Poison. I've never seen it. I'll have to check it out. I might have to move a little bit because the glare here, Claire, is too much to bear. Let's go try this tree out. Let's go see about this tree over here. See what it has to say for itself. Well, this could be good. Hit a little spot. Oh shit. Sorry about that. Trying to figure out where to set this camera up at. Oh, there we go. There we go. This is much better. Now I can see the screen. Pretty much everything now has metal in it. The quality of the soil isn't the best. Ooh, yeah, but I'm not going to do that entire talk. But again, the plants are not eating the soil. I hear you on the chemicals and the metals that are in the soil, but it's an exchange of energy. The substances that are in the soil are not what's making the plant. It's not eating. It's not going, here, let me get this vitamin B, and now all of a sudden I have vitamin B in the plant. Here's some iron. I'm going to take that and put it into the plant and make iron. That's not how it works. It's kind of like saying a tree is made of what? It's not eating the earth. Like look at the size of this thing behind me. It's huge. It didn't eat the soil. It ate the light, and it drank the water. There's so much water in this tree, so it's a fiber, which came from where? The fibrous substance that is the heavy, dense material. It didn't eat the soil. See what I'm saying? There was an energy discharge that was occurring. So the ionization, there was a change in the ionization of there was a piece of metal there, and then it went from positive to negative, and it charged. It's like charging something. It's a charging station. So this took in light. This thing here, it took light in. This is why you can light it on fire, and fire comes out of it. because it's built of light, but it's holding a ton of water right now. Why do you have to dry wood out? Because it has so much water in it. So it's built of light, water, and fire from the sun. And the plants aren't doing much. They're doing about the same thing. They're just specialized with different frequencies of the sunlight. That's why they're different colors. What's up, Melvin? Clairvoyant? Yeah, it was a little glary. The crop dusters. I've never seen them. One of the big ways to fix the problems with the metal in the soil is to discharge the energy and put different energy in there. You're not going to be able to remove what's in the soil. It's like a kind of impossibility. You can't go in there and just like, hey, let's pick up all the dirt and shake it through a couple sieves, a couple siphons, and go through the. You can't do it. So what needs to be done is it needs to discharge the energy from it. It's like when people think they're making a water cell battery and you're taking hydrogen and oxygen and splitting it. No, you need to have the diodes in there. You need to have two metal plates, and the metal plates are getting eaten away, and they're taking the energy from the plates, not from the water. It's not producing hydrogen from the water. It has to have because if you could, you wouldn't need the plates there. You wouldn't need the metal, but you need to have the water, the salts, or usually depending on how far you put the plates apart. But that's what it's taking energy out of the metal. It's ionizing the metal, and that's what would be happening to Earth. So to fix the Earth, you would take and you would change the electromagnetic property of it. How would you do that? Instead of using steel on your farm equipment, because it's stealing energy, it's stealing ions, right? You would use copper tools. Copper charge something. Anything that you think of, when you think of electrical systems, you think of magnetism. What do you think of? Copper. Copper is so important. Put copper and put that on your tools. Make copper tools rather than steel. And it will change the health of the soil immediately. It's a simple thing, but because people are starting off with the basis of how they think soil's being depleted and how it's being depleted and what's being added to it, you're starting off on the basis that because the point would be it wouldn't be able to be fixed, but it can be, because it's all energetic. Electromagnetic spectrum beneath your feet, and that's what's putting the energy into the plant growing. You haven't seen fireflies in a bit? I think I've seen some. Last year before. Maybe not last year because I wasn't really out that much. So hopefully that clears up the soil thing and how plants grow and what trees are. Hey, and feel free, thumbs up are nice, especially on a big talk like that I tried to simplify, that I've done 100 times now. Oh, and Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, if you want to help me out to instead of having to would it be scourge? No, I had to get free coffee from my apartment building. I can't afford to splurge on a $2 cup of coffee at a nice place. Although I did eat for free yesterday morning. I ordered some. You ever eat for free and it doesn't taste better for some reason? Yeah, I got up early and I was just like super hungry, so I ordered some breakfast, and they gave me the wrong order. So I, called Uber. Well, text them, whatever. And they said, hey, have it for free. I was like, yeah, eating for free, cool. Fucking order anytime you want. Melvin, yes, I would suggest it. I mean, it depends on what your purpose is. I mean, I would try putting some on your skin. Put some on your. If you're gonna drink some, it's gonna be tough. I would do a very small amount. Just see what it does. It's kind of like first time you drink alcohol. You're not gonna want to drink a lot because you're not gonna want to put yourself in a bad position. I don't know. I would do less than a teaspoon. I'd just try some. Just see what it does. See when your body, you start to get flushed. See where you feel the heat. See if you can feel the energy from it. Put some on your body. And then if the purpose is to get rid of parasites and things, then mix it with sugar so they come out to eat the sugar. And then they also are ingesting the turpentine, which will destroy the parasites. What's up, Skull? Of course, Melvin. Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't like to make a protocol because I think it's not the same for everybody. It is never going to be. Everyone's starting from a different position in life. So what you would need to consume, like whether I would tell someone to take turpentine or dimethyl sulfur oxide or hey, you need to go on a fruit diet, or hey, you need to water fast, or it's very dependent on what your diet was to begin with, where you're starting at, how big you are, where you live, what you have access to. I mean, it's not like everybody, just put a protocol, just tell me how to do it, and write a book, and we'll buy it. I'm like, yeah, but it's not going to work for everybody that way. You gotta just ask the question, I'll tell you. You gotta tell me where you're starting from. Oh, Carson, ain't that funny? It's like now they're really they're digging in their heels because they're now the whole narrative is flipped. Don't tell us what to do. If we want to wear one, we will. You can't tell us not to. That's because they got so brain like their whole they got sold it so hard that now they can't unbelieve it, because then they would have to admit that they were wrong, even though everything is saying they're completely wrong. They can't. They're too invested into their ego. Don't tell us not to wear one. We'll wear one if you want. I'm like, yeah, but what if I own a store? It's always like 3 years ago. If I owned a store and you walked in with the mask on, I would be like, get out, take the mask off. That is against. You can't do that because I can't see your face. So you could rob me. I wouldn't know who you were. So when people now wearing one, I'm like now you're even more suspect as a piece of shit. Honestly, I mean, it's pretty clear. Like either you're scared, a liar, or a piece of shit. I don't really have. I didn't make up the rules. You're just making them up as you go along because you got sold a lie. You bought it, and now you can't just get rid of it. You eat the mask. Do it. What up, Divine? Yeah. Oh, he's gone. That because the narrative is now the blue and the gold, right? Now the narrative is on. Have I told you here? What they just repainted this? See, look at the narrative is what? Blue and gold. Doesn't it look just painted? I mean, it might have always been that way, but hey, I don't know. Maybe we went through some wormhole. But now you can't even have that conversation. Here's a new conversation that they know better again. You got back to it depends on which part of the lockstep are you going to buy into, or are you just going to do what you should do and just across the board realize it's all nonsense, and that you can't really know anything. Whatever the media is saying, you got to do the opposite. And if you got one channel saying this and one channel saying that, then I'm just going to do the opposite of both, which is, I don't know, what the fuck do you want me to do? No shit I can do about it. I'm not going to virtue signal for anybody. Yeah, he's not even existent. There's, I told you the other day, on the Weather Channel. Every time I'd look at, all I want to do is look at what the weather was looking like for the day, so I could figure out what I should wear. And instead, I'm harassed and insulted and berated with all of this information that I didn't ask for, on the stats on who got the flu. I didn't ask for that. And then, out of nowhere, they just stopped posting it. It's not on there anymore. But it was on there every day for almost 2 years. And it actually was on the post before the weather. It was like, I was on the Weather Channel, and I want the weather. I don't need these stats. I don't care. So as soon as they started talking about these two countries trying to, invade each other, this one, the big one's invading this one, and they're doing this, and you gotta like the blue and the gold, or if you like the red, then that disappeared. So did your boy. He gone. But the reality is, you sure he's gone? Are you sure he just didn't put a different mask on, and he might be playing a different character? Are you sure? He could be. He quite literally could be. You wouldn't know. He could change his voice up a little bit. You would never know. Yeah. What's up, Ninja? Yeah, well, son, so probably not, though, huh? Did I ever see the movie? What up, bird? No, I never seen it. Yep, Super Champ, you seen that, right? Crazy. Well, I mean, nice, but not. But the residual that we were just talking about. Now that it's very clear. It's clear what the science is now. It's clear what the science is on wearing diapers on your head. And now you have people saying the whole, well, don't tell me what to do. I'll wear it if I want to. Like, cuckoo much? Cuckoo much? Hello there, tree. What are you doing? What time are we looking at here? Because I just drank some coffee, so I need to go. I need to go check out the bidet. So check it out. Yeah, let me dip out here for a little bit. I definitely will be back on, but I'm not bringing you all the way to powder my nose. So it's nice to see everybody. I'll be back on pretty soon. I don't know how long. Maybe we'll go feed the ducks or something. But good to see everyone. Be well, be weird. Take care of yourselves and help out others when you can, And we'll party soon. Stay rocking and rolling. Toodles.